Good evening and namaste, everyone. My name is Ramesh, and welcome to our Spiral of Wisdom Satsang that happens every Thursday, started by Mama Nise many years ago, the founder of the School of Ancient Wisdom. And with a sacred respect for what vision she had in mind to continue this mission, we have continued from there. So before we start off, may I request Swati to say this.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, hidden light, vibrant in every atom. Oh, hidden light, shining in every creature. Oh, hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. Thank you.
Today is Thursday. Thank you, Swati. Today is Thursday, or Guruvara, as we say here in India, the day of the Guru. So I pray to my higher self, my inner Guru, so that we all connect with our own higher selves during the satsang and with each other, because we are a part of that single source. So please sit straight with your back, neck, and head aligned, and connect with your own higher self, your Guru or your Ishtadeva. Just close your eyes with gratitude that we've come to such a nice fora to basically become aware that we are a manifestation of that higher consciousness. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. May I request everyone to mute the audio, because sometimes random sounds keep filtering through. So before we start, it's my joy and pleasure to welcome our speaker for today, Dr. Vishva ji. Our satsang today, my name is Ramesh RK. I'll be a host for the satsang today. And our satsang today is a very interesting topic, a very relevant topic in our particular day and age, called gut-brain axis. We're really eager to hear what it is. To introduce Vishwa ji, Dr. Vishva V, BNYS, is a highly skilled residential medical officer specializing in a broad range of health conditions, with expertise in treating musculoskeletal diseases such as osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and lumbar and cervical spondylitis. Dr. Vishwa employs a holistic approach to managing pain and enhancing mobility. Additionally, he addresses gastrointestinal disorders like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, gastritis, and constipation, emphasizing the importance of digestive health and overall wellness. His proficiency extends to neurological conditions including hemiplegia and diabetic neuropathy, as well as skin diseases such as eczema and psoriasis, showcasing his comprehensive understanding of various medical fields. In addition to his extensive clinical expertise, Dr. Vishwa is well versed in managing metabolic conditions, including hypertension and diabetes. His approach to non-healing ulcers, such as diabetic and varicose ulcers, is rooted in advanced treatment methodologies aimed at promoting healing and recovery. With a strong focus on pain management and functional rehabilitation, Dr. Vishwa tailors his therapeutic strategies to meet the unique needs of each patient. Moreover, as an expert in ozone therapy, he leverages his innovative treatment to enhance patient outcomes, offering a multifaceted approach to health and recovery. So that's wonderful. Now, I'm sure Dr. Vishwa also knows that most of our satsangis are on the older side, or rather their bodies are on the older side, because we consider ourselves as souls. This is a spiritual satsang and we come here for personal growth. But the first step really is to look after your body, because a healthy body seeks a healthy mind. And a healthy mind, especially as we age, the more we keep ourselves happy, the less pain there is, and the more chance there is for our wisdom to blossom. So, without much more ado, over to you, Dr. Vishva. We're really quite eager to hear what you have to say.
Thank you for the warm welcome, sir. So today I'm going to share the knowledge about gut-brain axis. So the gut-brain axis is what I'm going to teach is how the gut and the brain is interrelated and doing something miracle in our body. Okay. First, I will share my slide.
While the slide is being shared, I must also highlight the importance of gut health. I remember while fasting, they say talk to the brain in your stomach. There is a connection between our gut bacteria and the brain. So I think we're going to get to see more of that now, which is very interesting.
Can I start, sir?
Yes, please.
So first thing, the overview. The gut-brain axis is the bidirectional communication system between the gastrointestinal tract and the central nervous system. The integration plays a crucial role in maintaining homeostasis and influencing both physical and mental health. So this is a bidirectional communication system, which is like when you have any hunger. So at the time, what you will feel like, how you are feeling, how you know that how you are having hunger, like that means your body secretes some of the hormones which which increases the movements in the GI system. So that will impact on the nervous system and it will go to the brain. So again, the brain, after you eat the food, your brain send the signal you are full now. So you stop eating, like that. It will communicate with each other, the brain and the central nervous, gut and central nervous system. So we see the components of gut-brain axis. First one, central nervous system. In the central nervous system, including brain and spinal cord. So next one, autonomic nervous system. In this autonomic nervous system, there are two types of nervous system. Is there? One is sympathetic and parasympathetic. Everyone know the fight and flight mechanism, which is like if you are jogging on the roadside, some dog is chasing you. At the time, what will happen? Your blood circulation increases to the limbs. It will not go into the hands or any abdomen, your stomach, because your legs need more oxygen to run fast. So at the time, what will happen? The sympathetic nervous system will activate. After the activation, the blood supply to the gut and the limbs and the upper body will reduce, and it increases the lower limb blood circulation more. So at the time, you can run faster. You can't imagine that speed. And next one is parasympathetic nervous system. So after you had the food, you feel like very relaxation. Whenever you are feel any stress, sometimes you have any hectic work in your workplace. After that, if you drink tea or any coffee or any food, if you had means, it will give you some feel good thing. This is because of the activation of parasympathetic nervous system. So next one is enteric nervous system. In this enteric nervous system, we will discuss later and in detail. And fourth one is immune system. Immune system is one of the key plays in the gut-brain axis. So if your gut is in dysbiotic condition, your immune system will damage. For example, autoimmune diseases. Like now 40% of the psoriasis condition caused by the gut only. Because if your gut dysbiosis, your gut undergoes a dysbiosis, it will form the autoimmune response and lead to psoriasis. And then microbiota. your gut has trillions of microorganisms like bacteria, virus, and fungus also. And also it is included endocrine system like hormones like cortisol, serotonin, and melatonin. This cortisol is a stress hormone. Whenever you are in the stress condition, this hormone start producing and your body will undergo damages. And then serotonin and melatonin is a good hormone. Melatonin is the hormone which is very helpful, which is produced during the night sleep. Now, why gut as a called as a second brain? So the gut is called as the second brain because the enteric nervous system that regulates the gut in the similar to the brain in many ways. So we will see how it is helping the enteric nervous system helping to our body. First one, complexity. So most complex neural network outside of the brain, it will have around 100 millions of neural network in the enteric nervous system. Enteric nervous system is the nervous system which is located on the large intestine of our body. So next one, neurotransmitters. In the neurotransmitters, around the gut only produces 30 different neurotransmitters in the body. Mainly 95% of the serotonin, that is a happy hormone. Whenever you are feeling happy, when you are watching, comedy scenes in the movie, means you will laugh. So at the time, the serotonin will start producing. So the serotonin hormone, 95% produced by the gut only. It regulates mood and well-being and communication. So the gut is constantly communicated with the central nervous system, which is a brain, which is like if you had any something toxic substance, it will send the signal to the brain, and brain will again send the signal and start increase the peristaltic movement. It will lead to diarrhea or any vomiting sensation, and then the toxin will remove by that thing. And independence. So the enteric nervous system operate independently from the brain and central nervous system. If you see in our whole body, without central nervous system, nothing will happen. So if you want to rotate your hands, you have to first think, and then brain will send the signal to the hand, and then you will start rotating. But in the enteric nervous system, it's not happening. So it will take the decision naturally by, if you have any hunger, your stomach is empty, means it will start the peristaltic movement, which is like a up and down movement in the GI system. So what will happen at the time, you feel like a gurgling sound. When you are hunger, you will feel that one sound, right? So that is a sound caused by that peristaltic movement. So, and then gather information locally and generate response without sending it back to the brain. So if you are, if you take some of the poison or toxic bad food in the roadside, it will start diarrhea in the suddenly, because it don't need to ask with the brain, because it has an independent knowledge. And the emotional and behavioral impact. So when you see some peoples may eat more food when they are in the stress condition. So after eating the food, they will become normal. So this is one of the thing in the emotional behavioral impact. So some people will have aggressive thing, and some people will very angry. At the time, they will go to that. Okay. So after that, they will go and have some food or tea, anything. They will become normal. That is because of the emotional and behavior impact. And then gut feeling, finally. So gut feeling is, for example, if you say, if you are traveling in the bike on the some of the area, so at the time you suddenly take a wrong left. So at the time you will get the feeling like, right, I think this is not a correct road. So I have to go to that straight, and then I have to take right, like that. Your gut will say that is called gut feeling. So that is one of the main thing in the enteric nervous system. So the enteric nervous system is a complex network of neurons embedded within the walls of GI tract, often referred to as a second brain. The enteric nervous system is part of the autonomic nervous system and plays a crucial role in regulating digestive function independently of the central nervous system. So if you see the structure, this is the plexus. We can say the mesenteric plexus and submucosal plexus. So this is the brain plexus. Plexus means what is the joint, the place which is going to join the arteries and veins. So if you see, the red color is artery, blue color is vein. So how it is joining in the brain and the gut. If you see that microscopic level, the both will look similar. And then functions of enteric nervous system. First one is motor function. So in this motor function, the enteric nervous system itself produces the movement called peristalsis. The peristalsis movement is like, if you see, this is the gut, it will be like this. So at the time, what will happen? The upper portion will contract and here will relax. So when here will relax, it will contract. So this movement, what will do is, it will move the foot from top to bottom. Under secretion regulation. So it controls the hormone, enzyme and mucus required for the digestion. So if you have that food and your gut is not having that much of mucus, mean what will happen? It will stick into that wall and it will reduce the absorption of the nutrients from the gut. And then blood flow management. It will very helpful for the blood flow throughout the body. And sensory monitoring. It detects the chemical, any thermal stimuli, it will happen in the gut. The reflex action. So it performs the local reflexes such as a peristalsis reflex without CNS involvement. So now the neurotransmitters. The neurotransmitter is, first one is acetylcholine. So this acetylcholine is the one which is helpful for the muscle contraction. So when you are moving your hands from your elbow, like flexion and extension, means at the time the muscle will get that acetylcholine transmitter and then it will start contracting. And next one is dopamine. Dopamine is the modulating motility and secretory function in the GIT. Next one, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a very known thing for relaxation of the smooth muscle. So when the nitric oxide produces, the smooth muscle will get relaxed, and then you will feel very good. If you are any diarrhea, so it will stop. Now, mechanism of gut-brain axis. So first one, neural pathway, the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is the primary nerve which is involvement of the parasympathetic nervous system in our body. So, for example, signal of satiety after eating the food are transmitted to the brain via this vagus nerve. So when you have the food during the hunger, after you feel the satiety, your brain will send the signal through this vagus nerve. And next one is enteric nervous system. So in this enteric nervous system, it functions independently of the central nervous system and control local gut process like motility and secretion. And microbial metabolites. First one is short chain fatty acid. This is the main thing we have to see in our diet thing. So first thing is when you have the dietary fiber like inulin, which from the radish and gum arabe, like the substance are the very good source for dietary fibers. So if you have means what will happen? Your I'm continue.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
May I request everybody to go on mute, please? Please put your audios on mute. And Xiaomi, I can see that. Thanks. Right, please continue, Doctor.
Yeah. After you have had that good dietary fiber, our gut bacteria will make the dietary fiber undergoes the fermentation. So what will happen during the fermentation? The short chain fatty acid will produce in our gut. So it is like acetate, butyrate, and propionate. That are the components we can take from the from the dietary fiber. And then the dietary fiber, how it is impacting on the brain function, the short chain fatty acid. So the short chain fatty acid influence the neurotransmitters production and regulate mood and cognition. So some people may have that mood swing, anxiety, depression, like the problems will may they have means if they had the short chain fatty acid like good dietary fiber thing, your body will start producing the acetate and butyrate like substance, and it will give you the relief of a mood swing and mental disorder like depression and anxiety. So next one is tryptophan metabolites. So the tryptophan is one of the essential amino acid we can take from the food. So I will give that what and how foods in the last slide. So what will happen? The tryptophan increases the secretion of serotonin, and the serotonin is very very good for mood and gut motility. The mood swing if the people having now, so if they take that the good dietary fiber and tryptophan rich food mean they will get that enough secretion of serotonin, and it will relieve the mood swing and anxiety disorders. So immune system is already told that the cytokines is the one of the mediators in our body. So it is there are two types of cytokines we can tell. First one is pro-inflammatory cytokines and anti-inflammatory cytokines. Pro-inflammatory is the thing which is going to let you know that you have some inflammation or something happen in your body like that. But the anti-inflammatory cytokines is going to relieve that pro-inflammatory cytokines. So, in the anti-inflammatory cytokines, interleukin-10 is the promotes healing and regeneration both gut and brain. So, if your gut having any some tears or any disrupted in the gut biosis, the interleukin-10 will promote the healing and regeneration of the cells in the gut. And fourth one, hypothalamic pituitary adrenaline axis. So it is little bit like technical thing, but I will tell you in short and sweet. So first, if you see the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, first thing if you are in the stress condition, what will happen? It will activate the hypothalamus in our brain. Everyone know there is one of the hypothalamus is the one of the structure in our brain. So it will release the corticotropic releasing hormone. So that will signal the pituitary gland, leads to release some hormone, and that hormone will going to stimulate the adrenal gland and produce cortisol. So cortisol, everyone knows that it is one of the stress hormone which will damage your blood vessels and your gut and everything. So what will happen after the cortisol releases? It alters the gut permeability and gut motility. Motility is the movement, the peristaltic movement. and microbiota balance, which will increases the bad bacterial content and reduces the good bacterial content. So it will lead to the leaky gut problem. So this is one of the thing happen if you are in the stress condition. So that's why if you are in the stress condition, first you have to rectify that, then only your body will start healing. And next one is gut hormone. In the gut hormone, the hunger hormone like called ghrelin, leptin, ghrelin. So leptin and ghrelin. So leptin is produced when your stomach is empty. So what will happen? It will send the signal to the brain that you are now in hunger state. So you have to eat something like that. So you will start eating something good food or bad food. After your stomach fills, the stomach produces a ghrelin hormone. It will send the signal to the brain through vagus nerve, like I am full now, so stop eating. Like that signal it will send. And then influence of brain of gut function. So stress and first one is stress, and second one is emotional status. Some people will come for chronic diarrhea, and this is one of the case. So they came for chronic diarrhea, and then after they take some of the fibers and everything to stop the diarrhea, but it is not happening. So after if you see that past life thing, tell they having the hectic work in the office. So he is doing that 2% work in his 8 hours. So he's undergone very stress. It will lead to that chronic diarrhea. So this is one of the thing. And the emotional status, like if you are feeling happy, your gut is very good. If you are feeling in anger, very sad means your gut will go disturbed. And the role of gut microbiota in the gut brain axis is first one is microbial function. It will help to produce a serotonin production and modeling the brain chemistry like melatonin and dopamine. And third one is regulating inflammation. If you this inflammation is the one of the thing for the psoriasis like autoimmune disorders. So next one is dysbiosis and the mental health. For the psychiatric disorder, the psychobiotics is the thing. It is like probiotic therapy for mental health. As I said earlier, for mood swing and anxiety, depression, first they will go for the probiotic therapy, which is like nothing. They will give the prebiotic and then probiotic. Probiotics is the good bacteria which will going to help to improve our health. So next one is gastrointestinal disorder. For the gastrointestinal disorder like uh, gut diarrhea, constipation, IBS, like thing, we can give the prebiotic therapy, prebiotic and probiotic to the diet, and it will help to get to normal. So now we will see the practical strategies to support the gut brain axis. First main thing is diet. So in your diet, you have to add the fiber definitely, because fiber is the thing which is making the feces bulk, and it will make our gut, it will make our feces very bulk, like a large amount, and gut has very easy to pass it out. So, and then prebiotic and probiotic. That probiotic we know that is a good bacteria, but the prebiotic is the food which is going to help to grow the good bacteria. Okay. So this is the main thing we have to take in our diet. The probiotics including the curd, yogurt, fermented rice kanji, like the thing are very, very good in prebiotics. So for probiotics. And the prebiotics is the one of the main thing most of the people will not eat is radish. So the radish, there is one substance called inulin. It is one of the very good dietary fiber. It is in the radish. So, and then third thing is stress management. So stress is one of the main thing which is going to disturb the normal biosis of the gut. And then you slightly exercise or yoga is one of the thing which reduces the stress in our body. And adequate sleep, if you see the sleep, you have to sleep on that night only. So if you, some people will tell, I'm doing the night shift, so I'm taking around 8 hours of sleep in the morning. But that is not the equal to that night sleep, which is like when you sleep in the night, what will happen, the dark thing will cause our brain to produce melatonin. The melatonin is the hormone which is going to help for your next day practices. Like today you are very hectic, you had a very hectic work, and then you are very stressed. At the time you had your food, and if you sleep on the night means the during the night, the dark room, your brain produces the melatonin. So next day you will feel fresh, and you are new to, you are get reset, and then you start doing your work again without any hesitation. This is because of the melatonin. So the adequate sleep in the night is very recommended for everyone. So what are the therapies in naturopathy for GI problems? Like first one is vagal nerve stimulation. This is one of the massage like technique, which is which give besides of your throat. So if you give the massage to your throat and behind your ears, mean it will stimulate the vagus nerve, and it will help for the GI problems. So next one is general abdominal massage. It will relieve the pain or any congestion in your gut. It will improve the blood circulation, and then it will relieve the problem in your GI. And then hot and cold compress. So the hot and cold compress is like, first place the hot towel over the abdomen, wait for 3 minutes, and then place the cold towel for 30 seconds. It is like a 3:30 ratio. So what will happen this time? When you apply the hot over the area, your GE start dilating. So at the time, your blood start rushing, and blood vessels also get dilate, and your blood start rushing to the area and get more oxygen. And then when you apply the cold, it will constrict the blood vessels, and it will push the blood back to that area, back to the heart. So at the time, what will happen? It will like act like a sponge. So it will absorb, release like thing. It will happen in the hot and cold compress over abdomen. So next one is prebiotic and probiotic. So if you're taking the probiotic only, it's not going to help you in that much manner. So you have to take the good prebiotic thing like radish. The sweet corn is also one of the good dietary fiber, and gum arab powders available in our market. So most of the watery food and watermelon, these are the good of the prebiotic for our body. And acupuncture, through acupuncture we will decreases the in energy of your stomach, and it will restore your gut in the normal thing. So it is like in acupuncture we can for diarrhea and abdomen pain and colic pain, like that we can give. So these are the naturopathic therapies we can give. For the for the diet thing, the tryptophan is one of the good good component which is going to help your body. So that is we can take from the chicken. For non-veg people, I am telling first chicken, egg, milk and dairy products, and fish. This is the one of the good source of the tryptophan. And for a pure vegetarian and everyone, nuts and seed like watermelon seed, chia seed, and flax seed, these are the good seeds for the tryptophan compound. And legumes like chickpea and lentils are the one of the good sources. And whole grains like whole rice and oats, like things are the good components. And fruits like banana, pineapple, apple, and plums. So this is one of the good fruits. And for the vegetables, spinach and potato is one of the good source of the tryptophan. And this, if you take the spinach means it will have that good source of dietary fiber also. So it will, it will relieve the constipation like problem. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vishwa. That was very interesting. Now, I would definitely want to connect this also from a deeper perspective. I understand that you are basically a naturopathy doctor.
Yes, sir.
So, which means that in naturopathy, do they also look at the subtle bodies, not just the physical body? Like, do
Actually,
you
in
talk
the,
about Prana
yes,
Shakti?
yes, in the naturopathy, not only included, sir. We say BNOS as a Bachelor of Naturopathy in the Yogic Science. So in
Oh,
this thing, yeah, in this thing, we will relate the mind and body and the soul. So
oh,
we will relate everything, and then we will finally make the thing as a, you have something weaken in your mind or your body. So because everything in the mind, body, and soul is interrelated with each other.
right.
As I said earlier, sir, some people will have more constipation and diarrhea because of the stress. So stress is happening in the mind. The constipation and diarrhea it's happening on the body. So it is each and everything is interrelated to each other. So we will see like that only, sir.
Right. Now, before I ask the other questions, I have quite a few questions. I would request others, our other satsangis, to please ask your questions because now we're entering the question and answer session.
Sir, since the past 25 years or so, I've had a mild bloating. I'm a South Indian. Only recently, in the last 2 years, I have realized with some confirmation by self-observation that this bloating is actually due to rice consumption. Rice is the traditional diet in my family, but why this is happening to me, I don't know. Should I change the variety of rice, you think, or I have started eating oats by which I get no bloating at all? I feel very comfortable. Should I go for millets or something like that, you think, please?
Actually, the bloating is caused because of your gut dysbiosis, Nama. So this is because the good bacteria will reduce and bad bacteria is increasing. So what will happen? If you see that for rice and everything it is having that very easily soluble carbohydrates.
Okay.
At the time, what will happen if you eat that whole rice like thing, the millets like thing, na? So it will if you eat and then it will slowly start digesting, not a easily digestive one. So
Right.
it will enter, start producing that fermentation. At the time, what will happen? During the fermentation, the gas will release. Like, if you put the rice in the water overnight, tomorrow morning, if you see, the bubbles will be there. Now, this is the same like thing. So
Correct.
for bloating, you have to increase your gut good bacteria.
Okay. Okay.
So in the South India, where you are staying, ma'am?
I am actually from Tamil Nadu, but I am settled in Bangalore, sir.
Okay. No worries, but if you want to release the bloating, first take some good bacteria and first stop the rice for around 10 to 15 days maximum.
Okay.
Just stop for only 10 days and then have some roti like wheat, like barley, oats like thing. And then
Okay.
you see whether this also is causing you bloating or not. So,
Sir, actually, I have to add here wheat and oats, no problem at all. I have
yes,
observed.
yes. Then your main problem is the rice thing.
Okay, but my family, nobody has this problem. Why only me? I'm wondering. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
thank
This is
you.
this is basically because of your gut bacteria. Na? It will the good bacteria will be low. So have some prebiotic and probiotic in your diet, like curd and yogurt in your diet, and some of the supplements available in our market. If you take, na, it will definitely will reduce and help you. Man. If you are
Okay,
staying
so
in the Bangalore, you can have my number. And if you want, I will send the
okay,
supplements
sir.
for you. So it will be relieved.
Okay, sir. Can you please put up your number in the chat box, please?
Sure.
Yes, please.
So they say that curd you have to have from different sources so that you get different kinds of bacteria. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So not
Okay.
in the good bacteria is not only that one thing, ma'am. The lactobacillus strains are there, bifidobacterium strains are there, and some of the soil-based bacteria, they grow the
Yeah.
bacteria in that soil, and then this is very, very good for your skin disorders.
Okay, okay, okay,
So there
okay.
is
Very
lots of thing is there. So just please call me when you are free and tomorrow. So we will consult. No worries.
okay, sir. Right now I'm in Coimbatore actually. I'll be back in Bangalore on 12th. Is it okay to message you
Yeah,
first and
yeah,
understand
yeah, yeah,
when
ma'am. I will be here 24/7 in this center.
Okay, sir.
Whenever you are coming, it's okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can you turn on your video so we could see you?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, please. That
Sir,
would be
you can
nice.
stop sharing the screen.
Yes.
In fact, your DP makes you look much younger.
Awesome.
I know
don't
I
know.
was
Super
AI
It's
sharing.
generated.
very young, a young, energetic doctor in the campus.
Oh, wonderful.
Can you please cancel my co-host thing? I don't know where to stop my screen share.
Yes.
Yes.
From when have you started being a residential doctor at the school, Dr. Vishwa? How long has it
Actually, I
been?
have been here for 6 months, sir, in
6
Bangalore,
months.
in the School
Okay.
of Engineering. Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Before that, I was practiced in allopathic hospital as an acupuncturist
I see.
for neurological disorder and pain management.
Okay. So, sorry about that. If anybody else has any questions, please do ask. Okay. So while people are thinking of questions, I have quite a few. We just had a program recently by Dr. Khader Valli. I'm sure you would have seen that. You probably would have met him at the school for the January end 3-day workshop that he had.
Yeah.
Well, regarding what he says, I mean, I've also been trying some part of it out. He suggests stopping the intake of rice and wheat based foods, based carbs, and switching over to
Rice and
various different millets.
millet.
So I've been trying that at home, and I found a noticeable benefit. One is, of course, that there is a noticeable reduction in body fat. And I find I'm stronger. For the past 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I have actually experienced muscle spasm based sciatica. So I've stopped exercising. The muscle mass is reduced, but with this millet, I'm finding that inflammation in the body is a lot reduced. And what Aparnaji just mentioned, I also belong to a South Indian background. Though, I mean, we have food from all over, but there is a large rice component in our diet. I believe a lot of modern rice strains and even wheat is GM. It's not the same as what it was traditionally earlier, and there's a high glycemic index. So unless we have a proper gut bacteria, which many of us, I believe many modern people, especially city-based people, our gut bacteria is much less than it should be. How does that work? Is it a good idea for us to switch from rice and wheat to different types of millet? And also, I have another question regarding how to prepare the millets, because I've tried two different approaches. But first, the question regarding switching from rice and wheat to millets.
Yeah. First one, I will tell you about the rice and wheat is the both are same, sir. If you see, because rice, how much they are having the glycemic index is same as the wheat. but the wheat is having around 2 to 5% of the fibers in it. That's why it is playing that it is getting the good name other than rice. So yeah, the both wheat and rice is same. So these are all simple carbohydrates. If you see carbohydrates, the simple, complex, and compound. So if you take the complex carbohydrate and compound carbohydrate, it is very good for your body also.
What is a compound carbohydrate?
This is, for example, you can say most of the people will not eat the potato. So the potato will comes under the complex carbohydrate. So it having the starch content more in that potato, it is not going to raise your sugar level. And if you eat at the specific amount, it will be very good for your body. If you eat more, it will cause bloating like like muscle spasm like thing it will have. So if you eat that potato in a small quantity means just boiling it and then you have to eat without frying in the oil and the French fries like thing. It is not recommended. So this is the first thing. And when you taking the simple carbohydrates more like sugar and jaggery, and that is one of the myth. Some people will tell I am eating the jaggery, that is very good for my body. So I having around, if the jaggery having iron, magnesium like things are there. So I am not taking the white sugar like thing. So this is one of the myth is spreading. One of the marketing gimmick we can say. It is happening in our India. So if you take that 1 spoon of white sugar and then 1 spoon of jaggery, means it is both are same calorie. But what will happen is the sulfur content in the white sugar and then jaggery is having no sulfur content. That's it. So those who are taking it for weight loss and reducing that sugar, there are some people will take jaggery. Jaggery is very good for health like that. So if you are taking like that, that is total waste. But if you like that, some people, if you take me, I like the tea with the jaggery or normal vellam. In Tamil, we say vellam. So I like that flavor. That's why I will eat the jaggery tea. Because there is the thing. So the both are going to increase your sugar level at the same rate. So come back to that inflammation thing. Your body will produce the more inflammatory mediators when you consume the simple carbohydrate. So that's why if you take the millet, it will having the complex carbohydrate and also fibers also there. So fiber will reduce the absorption of the carbohydrate in the gut. It will lead to decreases the glucose level, which is like blood sugar level. That's why the millet and white rice is differing from in this thing, good and bad like that. But if you can take the rice, but in the small quantity, the maximum 100 gram is per day is okay. But if you are taking more, it will cause you like a inflammatory problem. Those who don't have any inflammatory problems or those who having any good skin condition, they can take the rice, no worries. But if you have any skin problem or any gut bloating like thing, you should avoid that trigger which is causing that bloating. That's it, sir.
So if you take more probiotic or prebiotic food, will that fix this inflammation problem for rice eaters?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely, sir. Or if your gut bacteria start increase, getting the good bacteria start getting more and bad bacteria is reducing, mean automatically it will release the bloating and gas sensation, and it will relieve the flatulence also, and then it will make your gut move freely, and it will relieve the constipation. So simple prebiotic and probiotic is going to relieve the some of the simpler thing which is going to cause the major thing. It will relieve.
Long back, I remember there was this program called SSY, and they suggested having raw radish, grated radish,
Yes.
for dinner. Instead of having regular dinner after sunset or around sunset, they said have raw vegetables, especially raw radish. It is not a very nice taste. Maybe put lime or something.
That's why I will suggest that if you are taking the radish, just boil it and or add it with the sambar and then have it. Because if you the taste is also very important to follow the diet. So if you just bite the radish, it will give the spicy feeling and the foul smell.
Pungent.
It will come after eating that radish. So after eating the radish, if you speak with someone, they will run away. So for that, you should boil it and add it or sambar or any chutney also you can add it. And if you can add it with the coconut chutney or tomato chutney, and then just have it. So
Won't
this
that reduce the value of the radish if you boil it or cook it in that way?
no, sir. That the fiber. If you eat the radish, the fiber content is what this is necessary for us. Like the fiber content will go away when you mix it in the mixer and strain it and have that only juice. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah. So
Yeah, because if you see, I understand about the mixer part of it, but suppose we just cut the radish and cook it in a sambar, will the value of the prebiotic value, will that remain or will that be diluted?
it will be remain in the radish only. It will not go away. But if you are boiling, means some of the vitamins and minerals will go away.
Yeah.
But it is not the noticeable thing. We are taking some of the puriyal like a sabji with the less boiling, and we will use that steam boil method. Some of the methods we are using for that. So that
I
is not
see.
a thing, sir. We can boil it in the some.
Wonderful. Now, the other things were that, see, I've noticed there's a difference between eating millets because this is a mistake we made long back. We started millets and we stopped it because we found it was caused some kind of heaviness and difficulty in digestion and a little bit of bloating. We thought, not very sure about that, when eating millets. Now, the difference is that earlier we used to cook it like rice, just maybe either soak it and immediately cook it, or maybe cook it in a pressure cooker. But now what we're doing is we're soaking it for 8 to 12 hours, and then we are cooking it. And I've started making this fermented millets because after the 12 hours of soaking, in the same water, I use a 1:6 or 1:10 ratio of water. And then we take that same water, boil it first, and then pour the millet into it, cook it for 20 minutes, and again cover it with a cotton cloth and ferment it for another 7 to 8 hours. This I find is amazingly cooling because the millet that is just cooked and eaten is not cooling, whereas the millet that is fermented and then eaten is cooling. And I'm finding that there's a slow release. Like even if I've eaten something in the morning for a long time, I don't experience feeling hungry, and it's a lot better than wheat as well. And what I'm told is to rotate the millets every day, to a different, like, barnyard or ground top, kodo, proso, and so on. So is that a good approach?
Yes, that is a good approach. But if you completely remove the rice from your diet, is impossible. So if you are traveling at the time, you can't just find that I want only millet rice. So I have to go like that. Means they will not going to happen. So at the time, you can have your rice, but in the smaller quantity is not going to cause that much trouble. That is my thing. Maximum 100 grams, like this size bowl. That is enough for 1 day. And just you can have chapati, 2 chapati maximum, and then have more vegetables. If you have any dysbiotic like constipation, diarrhea, just have some more vegetables, and it will give that good fiber content. The fiber content, sir, for diarrhea thing is happening because of the low fiber content. So for that, just having the high fiber thing, the diarrhea will start.
Okay. And one more effective method I found was in a plate where earlier we have that much of rice and just a little bit of sabzi. Now they said increase it to about half vegetables and half rice, or even lesser than that, with a lot of curry and vegetable curry related stuff. So then it starts controlling the tendency for blood sugar spikes are controlled. So and now another thing is I was told was eat the vegetables first because they will coat the digestive system, so that when you have the other food, even if you're having sweet stuff, there is a huge difference in the order in which you eat food and its impact on the sugar spike. Is that valid?
Yes, sir. But if you take that Indian thali, South Indian thali, first in the bigger side, they will put the rice and biryani and everything. So after that, sambar, some sabji and like thing. And the front side, if you see means they will like the size of the leaf, no, it will come small to large. So they will put only the small quantity of sabji. So if you want to eat properly as a more fiber thing, just rotate the leaf, and then the sabji area will come to the first. So first finish the sabji. So what will happen? The size of the stomach is this much, means you are going to fill up to this with the sabji and any good vegetable or fruit or anything. So what will happen? You have around this much only left. So at the time, you can't even eat if you want also. That is the main thing. So first have the vegetables first, and then take the rice and any chapati or anything. That is the key, that the simple thing we change. If you change means it will help. That's it.
Yes, it's a simple hack. It's quite incredible. Thank you for validating that. And another thing is there any particular order I wanted to ask you? Because in Indian food, it's not just about minerals, fiber, vitamins, and so on, but we also look at taste. Like they say, a proper wholesome meal should have all the rasas, sour, bitter, sweet,
Yes.
karam, spicy, and so on. So, what is your take on that?
So if you ask me, and for example, I will say first patient is having diabetic. So for the diabetic, the bitter is very good for their health. Okay, like in Tamil we say navapalam is Indian gooseberry. Yeah,
Amla.
yeah, amla, not amla. It is Indian. In navapalam, it will like blueberry, Indian blueberry. I think I don't know, but in English. So it is having that bitter taste. The nut is having the bitter taste, and then if you say Karela, bitter gourd. So this is one of the good thing for your diabetic. So now we will take that pain condition. Some people's having that low back pain, joint pains and rheumatoid arthritis mean they can go for the spicy thing. Like spicy means the ginger spice, pepper spice, and bell pepper and capsicum. These are the one of the good component having the capsaicin. This capsaicin will reduce the pain, and it will give you the pain relief thing. So this is based on that. If you are having condition, you can go with that. So if you want to increase your GI secretion, like HCl secretion in your gut, you can take that sour thing. That sour compound, if you take like a lemon. So this is a very sour thing. If you have that, it will increase as a HCl. So this is the based on the conditions like that.
Understood. Now, I have a more subtle, spiritual energy related question. See, when we fast for Ekadashis, for example, which is supposed to be scientific, twice a month at least we fast, I find it very effective if done correctly. Because now what I do is, before the Ekadashi, the previous day, I try to have millets, and then I talk to the stomach in a manner of speaking, and say that tomorrow you're not going to get food, but don't worry. I found this kind of preparation really helps. And during Ekadashi day, we're told not to get easily disturbed, not to give in to human vices like anger, lust, anger, greed, envy, jealousy, pride, and so on. And to keep ourselves as equipoised as possible. And maybe drink lots of water. Or if we cannot avoid eating, then have vegetables and fruits, no carbs. Then next day, I'm finding when I go to the gym, for example, I'm able to lift more weights than normal with what seems like the same effort. And I believe that, what cells are those? Stem cell production increases, and which is why new cell development happens even in older people. Now, I know that for older people, I think muscle mass starts degenerating, and that's a very crucial thing that many of us don't know about. If with regular exercise, we can keep the muscle mass and keep our health. So I understand that fasting, when we do it with the right approach, with the spiritual approach, where we keep ourselves equipoised inside with the right kind of affirmations, positive affirmations, makes a big difference to our health, and that gives the body a chance to also heal itself. Many of these chronic ailments. What is your opinion on that? How do we prepare ourselves correctly to, fast, or what are the benefits of fasting, intermittent fasting, and so on?
So when you undergo the fasting, your body is undergoing that phagocytosis condition. It's like the dead cell will start eating our body immune system will start eating the dead cell, and it start producing the new cell instead of the dead cell. So it takes around 14 to 16 hours.
Autophagy.
Yeah, autophagy. This is if it is happening, if you want to undergo the autophagy, means you have to fasting for around 14 to 16 hours. Then only it will start. Because if you had any food or any fruits or vegetable also, it will affect that autophagy mechanism. So at the time during the fasting, what will happen? Normally around 8 hours we are not having anything during that night sleep. So after waking up, if you are finishing your dinner by 6:30 or 7, from the 7 to morning 7 is 12 hour, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. You have to add your brunch at 1 p.m. means it will like intermittent fasting. There is a 16 hours you didn't take any food. At the time, what will happen? Your body undergo the autophagy and will start producing the new cells. And if you're practicing the intermittent fasting means you have to follow it for minimum 15 days. Then only you can see the changes. For example, from my fasting experience, I was done this fasting for around 45 days. Like only the lemon honey juice, only lemon, honey, and then hot water. So for 45 days, even after if I went to outing for movie, I will bring that water or lemon juice without sugar. I will add the salt and have that lemon juice. So at the time, what will happen? From the first 1 to 5 days, I was like very fed up. So I can't even wake up and I can't concentrate on the classes. Nothing I can't do. I will feel very fainted. But at the time, my brain tells me that please quit that fasting. You are not capable of doing that. You are not a person to do the fasting like that. The brain will tell. But in my inside my heart, I will tell I can do that. So I will go for a fasting. Like I do the fasting for around 7 to 8 days. At the time, what will happen? I feel very energetic, very feel light. At the time, around in the 45 days, I reduced around 18.5 kg in the 45 days without having any food, nothing I didn't take. Even the night, if I waking around 12 p.m. also, I will not 12 p.m. 11 p.m. also, I will not take anything. Only the water only I will have more. And then if I had that hunger, I will take the lemon juice. That is the thing. So after the 7th and 8th day, I feel like new energy. So I can't, if I think something before that, I will do later. So like, just switch on the fan means I will lie down on the bed for a long period. And then I slowly wake up and then do something and I will turn on the fan. But after the fasting, my body is feel very light. So if I think one thing, like do the switch on the fan, I will suddenly wake up and turn on the fan and I will come back to the bed. Without hesitation, I will start doing like that. So after that 15-20 days, and also I practice the gym exercise and the jogging also. So first some 10 to 12 days around, I can't jog for a long period. After that, crossing the 15th day, I can jog more than before. Like if I jog for around 1.5 kilometers, 2 kilometers, mean after 15 days, I can run for 3 kilometers and 4 kilometers without having any calorie. And I had only that lemon and honey juice. That is the only my energy source. Because without that source, my brain will start rotting. So with that energy itself, my body start functioning very efficiently. So at the time of around at the day of 45, I was feel very light. So at the time I break my fasting, which with first I had the fruit juices for 2 days, and then for 3 days I had the like very raw fruits, and including that boiled vegetable, not a raw vegetable. And then I go for ganji for 2 days, and then I came back to normal food because I had fasting for around 45 period, long period. So at the time my body start changing everything. So if I want to break my fasting, there is a proper way. So if you break the fasting like at the 45 day, I started eating the biryani, everything will ruin. So this is the main thing. How we are fasting is how much important, no? Same like how you break the fasting is important. For if you are doing 1 day fasting, just at the next day, just having some, ashgard juice. It will cools your stomach and it will subside the potency of the HCl. Second thing, have some vegetable or fruit juice, ashgard juice, and then fruit bowl or anything. So in the afternoon, just have some little low spicy food, including the curd. You have to include the curd in your gut, and then you can eat normally in the night and next day. This is the thing from my view.
So it's wonderful. I mean, amazing share. Thank you. So my question is, when you are fasting, do you find that your meditation quality has improved?
What's up?
When you are fasting, do you find that the quality of your meditation has improved?
Yeah, I can focus on my job now, sir. So before that, if I keenly listen that class, I will sleep in 20 minutes. That is for a normal person. So if you are, now if I am speaking, some people is keenly listening my words now. They will start yawning and they will go for sleep. That is a natural thing because this is how our brain program. So during that fasting, I was like very active. So that time I told I'm very lazy before that, and after that, during that period, if I want to do something, I will do it in the fadafat thing.
Yes.
When I think something, I will do. That's it.
In
That is
fact,
because of my concentration.
the idea that I got was, I remember this, it's called, what is it? Call to action. Especially many business people, the ones who are very sharp, the very successful business people who wake up at 4 a.m., I believe the connection between their thought and their action is very short. And that is what I'm getting. Even people who are strong meditators, when they think of something, it actually manifests very quickly. So that is what I'm getting when you said this. And one more thing is, there are many people around me when I look at the modern city dwellers. We have such bad sleeping habits, very stressed out, very bad eating habits, gut bacteria is poor, and many of them have chronic ailments, especially older people. Yes, and many of them are, the common refrain I hear is, I'm just waiting for God to take me away. Especially if you look at retirees or people beyond 50s and 60s, they keep using this refrain. But suppose they follow this method, will it be risky for them, this 45-day
Actually,
fasting?
I will not recommend that much fasting for no one because
Okay.
I did this fasting to I am learning new thing. The naturopathy is a new system.
Right.
It is around 50 years only they start. So if I want to trust something, I have to undergo the procedure. In my last satsang, I talked about the colon hydrotherapy. So first I went to the colon hydrotherapy procedure, and then I started speaking because if I know what will happen in your body and what is going to do, then only I can easily tell to people, and it my my heart will feel thank for me. Without knowing nothing, I will tell now my heart will not give me
Accept.
the appreciation.
Yes.
So I did this fasting for that only. So because how it is how the fasting is going to work, how this is happening like that. So at the time, the 45 days of fasting, my skin started glowing. That is one of the major thing I see changes in that. So in upcoming month or sometime, I will tell you about this gut and skin axis.
Wonderful.
There's one of the axis called gut and skin axis, and I will tell you about how the fasting and good bacteria and bad bacteria is going to help your skin like that.
So, for people who are older, because what you spoke about is very powerful body reset, especially for those with chronic ailments, be it diabetes or hypertension or thyroid problems, heart problems, and so on, cancer even. Initial stages, I believe that can be reversed with this process. But I'm sure there are different precautions that one must take or maybe an altered diet system, which is not only honey and lemon water. Such kind of approaches, if older people take, can this help them recover from their situation, chronic situation?
Yeah, actually, I will not suggest for the diabetic people, hypertension people not to have that food, because they have some nutrients to leave the pain. For example, if you want to reduce your blood sugar level, you have to eat more fiber, and the energy also required, because without the food they will start fainting. And then if you go for the hypertension, you have to eat some of the beetroot and the nitric oxide rich foods, means it will dilate your blood vessel and reduce your hypertension. Without that, you will start your blood pressure start high or any low, so you will start fainting. So if you have any conditions, you should not go for a fasting. It is not recommended. For that only, the diet is going to give that good quality of life. Diet foods. That's it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vishwa. If anybody else has any more questions, please do ask. I ask these questions so that I know it will benefit many people who are silent or otherwise. Okay. So I believe we don't have any more questions.
No, here I have. I wanted to ask about the short chain fatty acids. The fatty acids which yes, please can you enlighten us on that?
So this short chain fatty acid is one of the thing which is taken from the dietary fiber. Like I said before, if you had the radish, for example, what will happen? It will start digest in your. It is not going to digest in your body, because diet in our gut and the dietary fiber is not going to digest, and then it will be like the bulk. So at the time, what will happen? It will undergo the fermentation. During the fermentation process, the dietary fiber releases the short chain fatty acid. This is one of the good source, good thing. It is going to improve our overall body health.
Is it just the radish or even beetroot and
No. Any fiber content you can. Actually, I'm giving an example. You can take sweet corn or any corn and any vegetable, beetroot and watermelon. Everything is good fiber.
Okay. What about cauliflower?
Yeah, cauliflower having, that is one of the good thing, but some people's having that kidney stone and some of the problem, no? So we have to cut the cauliflower for that people, and then we can have the cauliflower.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I had a question. I kind of had to step away for a little while. So if it's been asked before, I apologize. But anything specific for psoriasis you might recommend?
You are having psoriasis first. Where you are staying, sir?
I'm staying in Delhi.
Okay. For psoriasis, there is a lots of the triggers will happen. If you have any pollen allergy, the psoriasis will start aggravate. Like if you have the dietary lactose intolerance, that also will lead to the psoriasis like that. So we have to find this etiology, the causes, and then we will stop that food, and then improving your gut health will easily relieve that problem, sir. So first we have to see how the psoriasis is in our body, and then later we will see whether with the external application of the ointments which are available in the Siddha and Ayurveda. So likewise we will see. So.
Which means if your gut health improves, then you can go back to eating what you were eating before and not get psoriasis?
Actually, this is very, very, we can eat, but some people's will not have that much of tolerance to again have that food. So first we had very strict diet, and then we follow the proper medicine and then application, and we are start reducing that psoriasis or any skin disorder means. Again, if you take the risk, if it is shooting means, it will be ruin your entire span of the therapy. So
Hmm.
if you have something like skin disorder because of the eating carbohydrate like rice or wheat or milk means, so if you avoid that, it will be very good for your future health. I will not
Thank you.
suggest you
Okay.
have that.
But and how do we figure out, what is the trigger?
That
We'll speak to you later.
that time you feel very itchiness when you have that, if you have lactase intolerance, when you have the milk, no, that time you will feel sort itching and tingling sensation around the area. And if you have any pollen allergy, if you went to that garden thing, you will feel sort itching sensation. We have to keenly
I see.
monitor your thing, and we can give that prebiotic and probiotic for your skin disorder, and it will slowly reduce.
Right. I had kind of tried going on a very low carb diet a few years ago. So I
Okay,
basically cut out wheat, rice, and sweets for about a month and a half.
that is
And I
one of
lost a
the
lot
big,
of weight, and it kind of cleared up pretty much, almost
yeah,
completely.
yeah. There is one
But
of
then,
the good thing in your habit.
but it's hard to sustain.
Yes, sir. But if you want to take the sugar, have some very, very little sugar. Like if you are taking 1 spoon of sugar for 1 cup of coffee, just take 1/4 of the sugar and have. Because the sugar is one of the key thing is going to trigger your immune response and it leads to the psoriasis. So this is the thing. We have to stop now. We have to stop for some time, and then we will slowly add it in our time. That's it.
Isn't sugar supposed to be a toxin? Because I heard that many ailments start from sugar. In fact, there was before the cigarette lobby in the US, when refined sugar was first, released into the market in the 1930s, there was a lot of reports which said this is not fit for human consumption. You use 23 chemicals to prepare the sugar, white sugar. So isn't that actually a toxin that we should completely avoid?
Yeah,
Actually, no.
even for cancer also they say leave sugar and starve the cells.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, this is not the thing. If it is causing some of the problems, it in our India, it's not going to. They will definitely ban for that thing. So if you have the white sugar, the main thing is it is have the sulfur content, because the white sugar is made from the brown sugar, and then they add that sulfur content, and it will come to the polished white. So that is the thing. The bad thing happened in this process. So if you take means the whole the palm sugar also, it will go into cause like this. So basically, the sugar is it is one of the pro-inflammatory media increase our body. It will increase in the pro-inflammatory marker in our body. That will cause some of the diseases like skin disorder and pain related diseases. So if you have any conditions like a skin problem or any diabetic, just those who having this problem only, they stop eating that sugar. It's okay. But normal people, they can have that sugar, but in the little amount. Like if you are taking around 5 to 10 glasses of tea and having around 2 to 3 rajagutli and palkova, like that means they are having high amount of sugar. Some people will tell that that peanut burfi, that is very good for health because peanut is very good like that. But if you see the peanut, the 50% of the peanut burfi is made up of sugar, and the rest of the 50% is the that peanut only. So some people will wrongly think that eating the peanut burfi instead of a Oreo biscuit or any chocolate in the market is good for health. So that is not going to happen. If you eat anything, it will go into spike your sugar level. If you having diabetic, just restrict the amount to by half. If you are normal people, you can have that burfi or any chocolate in your diet, which is like a eating habit at a minimum level. That's it.
Right. Thank you so much for all your questions. And thank you, especially Dr. Vishva. It was a very informative satsang. And also, it put us in touch with the basic fact that a human body. I mean, we are not just a body, and we're not just the mind, but we have a more subtle aspect to ourselves. We are a soul having a human experience, and whatever information has been given today, it is just to help us refine our intention to become a better person every day. What Mahamanize would say is make an effort to be a better person every day. So regulating our diet and controlling our breath, they're all various steps in the process of personal growth. And as we grow, as we seek the company of people who are like-minded, like we have in our satsang today, our ability to live a more healthy, happy, and contented life becomes stronger. So I think what you exposed us today is leading us in that direction, for which we are really very grateful. And I'm very happy that we have a doctor like yourself stationed at the School of Ancient Wisdom, who we can definitely, meet when we come over there. Yeah.
Thank you so
And
much.
God bless you for all that effort and your own personal self-discovery and growth.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you.
So on that note of gratitude, let us all sit straight. We've come to the last part of our satsang. Let us all sit straight and connect with our higher selves. For this Loka Samasta, we are entering a group dynamic energy pattern. When we have collective prayer like this, the sankalpa becomes much stronger. So please think of your loved ones or those people around you who might need help, be it in their health area, or finances, relationships. Let's send them our prayers. You can think of the ailment and what kind of solution you want for them. Visualize them with love in your heart. It's not only the mind. It's very important that both the heart and the mind are in consonance. So think of them with love. Heal them with that intention. Also, let us send out these vibrations to the world at large. It's very important that truth seekers like us do so, because as human beings, we're all interconnected. So these thoughts do make an impact. These prayers definitely are very powerful. Please sit with your back, neck, and head aligned. Let the prana flow through. Take a nice deep breath. And let go. Observe the silence within. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Vishwa. God bless you for your human service.
Thank you.
And for everybody else, till next time, same time next week, please do bring your friends and family along. Take care and God bless.
Thank you, sir.